YouTubers, this is Cloud Tank again. It's been a while since I actually messed with the Seeburg Libery Unit for the LP place. So I am now going to try to see if I can actually do a little bit more work on this. Since I'm getting more into the urge to try to do some more work on this, even though it's bitter cold. So I decided to bring this over to the main place that I'm living at right now to work on this instead of over the second house, which is really cold and it's really musty in there, ugly. So I decided to bring it over here to see if I could try doing some more work here where I'm mostly at and not over there. So right now I'm in the process of trying to remove the clutch, and this is going to be the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to just take this thing apart little by little, try to clean this thing up and see if I can get this thing freed up and stuff and get it more loose. So the first thing, like I said, I'm going to tackle is this clutch, which is going to be a pretty complicated mess here. So I'm going to tackle it first before I get the rest of these. So first, like I said, I'm going to clean this clutch up. Once I get that done, I got to get this C-clamp here off. That's on this little bracket right here. So I already got the spring detached, which is this spring right here, which just hooks on down there at this little ring down there. So I'll know where that's going to go. And once I get that done, then I'll get to look at this mortar right here to see what I can do to free it up a little bit. It feels quite stiff in there, so I'm going to see if I can try getting that off and get it open so I can clean its insides. Then I got to take this motor here off and probably re-glue this here back on so that way it sticks on there better, and replace these little bushings, little bouncing pieces. Yeah, these little spacers here. I think there's a total of 3 of them. There's 2 that's here, and I think there's a third one that's buried inward. Might be somewhere in there, but I'm not too sure, so I can't really see because it's too dark. But I think there's another one in there, and that's for this thing here, which turns the platter up here. And you can see I got a new spindle made up for the old one. I still got the old one. I got it sitting over at the Grass Lake house now. But I wanted a new one like this because the other one was cracked. So I had a new one pre-made. So once I get this thing up and running and get the belts on here, I'll have to double check to make sure the speed is going to be correct. If not, it might be a little off, and I'll have to groove in these things a little bit more to get it right. So I'm going to try to get that C-clamp off and see if we can try to get this clutch off. Alright, here's the clutch on this mechanism completely removed. You can see that this it's really ugly on here. There's quite a bit of this stuff that's baked on here, what it seems like. And you can see the teeth are just a little worn down. Just a bit towards that bottom there, where it's been running on this rail system here. So, and the worm gears looks to be in pretty decent shape. It's going to have to take quite a bit of work to clean this thing up. And it's got looks like standard I think it's like 1/4 pins in here. 1/4 pins, I think that's what they are. You can see it moves, but just not that great. So, but I want to see if I can try getting this a little better. There's somebody on YouTube that actually showed when they were repairing something like this, only for a jukebox and not for this here, that showed what a clutch like this looked like when in this condition. Then he showed one where it was all cleaned up, and it seemed to move a lot freer than this did. So, and this thing was actually kind of a pain to get off because of the pin right because of that little nip right there. You have to I have to push this thing up just enough, but not enough to do any serious damage at all, so I can get it just enough I can get it off. So because the other way to do it is unless you probably start taking all of this here off apart. So, and that's an awful lot of things to do, including this switch up here. You have to frickin' remove, which goes all the way to the other side of the mechanism. And there's some things on the Mac that I might try to see if I can replace or not, like this this rectifier right here. I definitely want to see what I can do to replace that. I have no idea what I could replace it with, since I don't know that much in electronics components at all. Just mostly capacitors, resistors, and diodes. Not too sure about rectifiers because I never really dealt with them. So, and I don't know if this can here is still good or not, or find a way to test it out if it actually still in good condition or not to operate. So, even though I did have this thing running before till everything went out, which I'm not too sure if it's because of this right here went out, or this parts finally gave out and kept it from being so stiff for a while that it decided to freeze up. I don't know. So, but I'm thinking it might be because it's froze up a bit. So, but I'm gonna try to fix that so I can get everything loose where it should be. But like I said, the first thing first, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna deal with this clutch first. Trying to clean each individual component to see if I can get this nice and clean, better than what it is. So, till next time. Alrighty, I'm gonna hold off on doing the clutch part for a minute, and I'm gonna actually do a little bit of work on this real fast, since it'll be a little bit easier for me to deal with at first. So, what I'm first going to do, I'm going to open up this little box right here, so you can see if I can turn this here just enough where I can replace this. As you can see, it's quite cracked right there on the plastic, so it just means that this piece is going to have to be replaced, just like what I had to do with the new flywheel here that has been replaced, and hopefully this actually works. So when I get some free time at work, I'm going to make a new one of these out of plastic, some hard plastic, so that way it'll work. But I'm gonna open up this little door here, and we're gonna take a look inside of it. All right, let's take a look inside this thing. I already got the screws pretty loose, so we'll take care of this. Make sure this thing don't move back on me too far. All right, let's get this little screw down. Doing this crossways in an angle. Alright, there's the second screw. Now let's loosen up this other screw a little bit more. A little stiff there. Let's see here. Get this. Now, before one for everyone, I have not done this before whatsoever, so I don't know what to expect on this. So, because I ain't no expert whatsoever. So, but I just go by it step by step, and hopefully I know what I'm doing. But if I screw up, you'll probably catch it live on camera, unless I feel it's too much, and I'll edit it out. All right, let's take this little door cover off. Okay, so we can see the inside a little bit, and it looks like some details popped out, which shows exactly what this little motor is. There's some details because you want to look at that. So it's 54 to 72 RPM with 115 volts at 60 cycles. Looks like it comes from Wisconsin, looks like. Janesville, Wisconsin. So if you get inside of this thing, you can tell that the wearing gear inside this thing is really ugly and gunky in here, as you see on that. A lot of gunk on this wheel. So, I want to see if I can try getting more in depth with this thing. See what's really up with that. I don't know, there's a way to clean that. I want to make it lube so I can make that a little better. Let's see here. Try to keep this on camera as much as possible so everybody can see what's going on. But obviously this thing must have had grease at one point, possibly. But who knows when the last time this thing was oiled when it was first used. It looks like there's a screw on top of this thing. Let's see what happens if I move it. Maybe if I can actually get it to untwist or not. Maybe. Doesn't seem like a twist. It's got threads on it, but it won't turn. Music is pretty seized up in it. Pretty seized up in there. So, what it looks like, what I might have to do, I might have to loosen up these little nuts that you see around the outside here to get this top off, so I can actually see what's going on. And I don't know what the purpose of this little black part is here, but since we come this far, let's take a look to see. Maybe there's something surprising underneath. Maybe. I gotta try not to strip this. They don't seem to be moving very much easier neither, are they? Huh. I might have to use some PB blaster to loosen those up just so I can get those off. Okay, I managed to get the wheel off, but I still haven't done much of anything else yet. As you can see, there's a lot of frickin' crud on this spindle rod here. That's supposed to go past our piece here. And as you can see, at the count of the damage, that it's really cracked right there. So this thing is pretty much bad right there. So apparently there's only one set screw set to this. I thought there was more because everything wouldn't move, but apparently it rusted itself up so bad that this thing was just made it really hard to get out. You can see there's a rust ring inside that. It's pretty bad in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a new piece, and it's not going to have these little pockets whatsoever. It's going to be just like this right here without the pockets. Because this thing, what it looks like, it was originally a mold, and I can tell that this has been turned it down or something, or somebody was really rough on the mold and didn't care what the finish was. On the outside it's pretty groovy. There's a lot of lines there. So it must have been really frickin' lazy in a hurry or something. Even this side here's got grooves on it, so this little piece of plastic mold is pretty much shot right now. Yeah. So what I'll do, like I said, I'll take this to my work, and when the week starts back up, I'll make a whole new piece, and we'll go from there.